Hello again from CES 2019. We are here with Flex. Flex is a company that has a know-how in various fields, and it works very closely with a number of medical device manufacturers and developers to bring innovative medical technologies. And we are here with Mr. Carlson, who is a director of healthcare division of Flex. Thank you for having us here.
No, you're welcome, and we're delighted to have you here at CES, and an opportunity to highlight some of the things that we do in conjunction with our customers. So one of the great things about Flex is we cut across multiple different industries with large presence in consumer electronics, automotive, and other areas. We have a very large presence in healthcare. We do about $2 billion in sales in medical device products today, which actually translates to about $8 to $10 billion in product sales globally. And with that, we partner with most of the large drug and device companies to help design, develop, and manufacture their products. We have some examples of products that we've worked on with our customers here that we could talk about. One we could start with is a product for a company called Novocure, which is actually used to treat glioblastoma,
right.
So brain cancer, which is inoperable.
Right.
What they've been able to demonstrate is by using electromagnetic energy, they can actually control the growth of the cancer and actually put it into a stasis mode.
Right.
And so we've developed with them the technology around this. We've created not only the manufacturing processes for building the wearable component, but also help them redesign the electronic component that people wear with it. Product's been in clinical trials, has done fantastic in terms of helping people. And it's an example where a company like Novocure has tremendous understanding of the physiology, the pathology of the disease, but they're not quite as strong in the technology areas. Given our breadth of access to technologies, we can help them develop products they can't do on their own.
Right. This is the company out of Israel, and their glioblastoma treatment is very well known. It basically interferes with, I think, with DNA. DNA mechanisms, and slows progression of glioblastoma. And it's a well-known device.
Yeah, no, it's been fantastic for us. We're helping them really get to scale so they can get this product more globally. And as they look at taking it to other indications, we're helping them with the design of what those other products would look like. Another example here is a product that we've developed for Allergan, which is actually a product for dry eyes. And so many people struggle with chronic dry eyes, and instead of having drops go into there all the time, this is actually a device that has both a disposable component and a reusable component called TruTear. So the idea is that you're able to put this device together, it's inserted into the nasal cavity, and gives you a small electrical shock into your nose, which causes your eyes to tear up. So rather than have to carry around drops with you all the time, it's a small electronic device. We again help them design the electronics that go inside of it and then the manufacturing processes that go along with those kinds of things. Again, it's an example where Allergan has tremendous understanding of the ocular processes, the disease controls within there, came up with a novel solution for it, but had no idea how to actually conceptualize the product, so we helped them through those pieces.
So they have understanding of physiology, and you have understanding of development.
And a lot of it for us is finding those right partnerships where they bring the deep clinical understanding of the product, and we'll bring the technology around enabling those things into a design and ultimately into a manufacturable product at the right cost and quality levels necessary to meet their customers' expectations.
I don't remember seeing this device. Has it been FDA approved?
It is FDA approved. They've been struggling with sort of the business model, how to bring it forward. What is the right reimbursement profile for it? Is it an over-the-counter product or what? So they're looking at what they do with it from an internal standpoint. As we move on, there's a whole other category of products that are really gaining traction in the marketplace. This is really around drug delivery systems that exist out there. So this is an example from a product called Common Sensing, which is an automated device which allows you to track and then Bluetooth send the amount of insulin you're dosing to someone. So you take any sort of standard off-the-shelf insulin pen, dial up the dose you're going to do with it. This will then transmit the data to your cell phone where it's gathered within there to be able to track those things. So it's a cap that goes onto an insulin delivery pen that allows access to it. They're actually looking at the use of this not only for insulin, but other drugs that people take regularly to track it. Again, they had an understanding of the patient need within there, and they came to us for help with the design, the development, and the electronics that go along with it to actually package a device that has the full Bluetooth connectivity into a simple device that actually has the ability also to measure then specifically how much drug is being delivered out of the system. So it really gives the patient a better control of what's going on, gives them access to real data without the patient really having to take additional steps in the things that they're doing every day. There's another product we're developing which actually has no electronics in it. This is from a company called Enable, and it's a wearable drug delivery system. So one of the things that's come about recently is the growth of biologic drugs, and typically those are done in hospital situations because they tend to be large volume doses. This product's for anywhere between 10 and 20 milliliters of a biologic, so very highly viscous material. You could put it on your body, deploy the needle, and push the button. And over a period of time between 10 and 25 minutes, depending upon the clinical need with it, you will slowly administer the drug into the patient, taking what had normally been a hospital-based infusion to now something that can be delivered at home. Enable's working with multiple different pharmaceutical companies as they're developing specific drugs and applications for this technology. They came to us because the pharma companies wanted to ensure that if their drug went into this device, that they had the ability to scale and meet the needs globally. So with a partner like Flex, what we bring is the ability to make massive scale of these products. So if they need millions, tens of millions, or hundreds of millions, our ability to manufacture at scale really helps them be successful in those areas.
Okay. I've seen that device. I didn't know you worked on that, but
Yeah, so Mike Hooven and team, they'll actually be here tomorrow, the Enable team. This is another product that we're working on. This is from a company called Cellnovo, and this is a wearable insulin delivery device. So it comes in two components. There's a disposable part and a reusable part. You put them together, and then you're able to wear it on your body. And through there, you're able to deliver insulin in a continuous fashion. So it's a wearable insulin delivery system that's controlled by a cell phone. So not only do you have the system on place, but then you have the ability to capture all the data and transmit it back within there. Again, they came with tremendous knowledge of the clinical need of the product, and we help them design the technology that goes inside of it to enable it to work more effectively and help them bring forward the manufacturing processes to allow them to get to scale. Again, those strong collaborations are, we think, we bring the greatest value associated with it.
I'm a physician, and I'm interested in medical technologies, but I never think about these aspects of business, of developing products. Things like scale, for example. But I understand it's very, very important. On top of development of devices, also development of the processes, how to how to manufacture these devices.
The other thing that we help our customers with quite a bit, and you'll understand this as a physician, most medical devices that you work with were designed by engineers for engineers. What I mean by that is the user interface is very technical, it's hard to understand. Right. And increasingly, products are being shifted more towards the patient. So we're helping our customers rethink what does that user interface look like to allow them to have a product that works more seamlessly. The other thing we help our customers recognize is the product they start development today won't actually see application for 7 to 10 years because of the clinical and regulatory processes for approval. So we help our customers understand what the technology is going to look like in the future, so they're designing the product for what the product's going to need to be. And a perfect example I'll give you today is most people today look at devices and want them to be touchscreens. We think in 3 to 5 years, most products are going to have a voice control associated with it. So you're going to look at a device and talk to it and expect it to do what you ask within there. So if you start a medical device today with the primary user interface being a touchscreen, we believe by the time that's actually commercialized, it's going to feel as obsolete as the menu-driven systems that you worked with in the hospital when they came out. So it's just helping our customers think about things differently than the way they think about it. Where they focus on solving the clinical problem, we give them visibility from a technology standpoint.
We see a lot of excitement nowadays around 5G and healthcare. What's your expertise in that?
So I think where we bring it is that we're developing through a lot of our other parts of our business, we're developing the infrastructure that goes along with 5G. So while it's new to the marketplace, Flex has been working with it for several years, developing the infrastructure that goes along with it, understanding the protocols and pieces that go with it. So as 5G starts to deploy in the marketplace, we're starting from a place of knowing what it looks like and helping our customers understand it. I think the most important thing for many of our medical customers is to really understand the amount of data they're going to transmit and whether or not 5G is overkill for what they're doing. In most medical applications, the amount of data you're transmitting is actually relatively low. So we're actually helping them think about different technologies which are much cheaper, have broader bandwidth, less power consumption, right, that solve the problem more effectively for them. Things like LoRa and other technologies which actually are going to be deployed simultaneously but have a different bandwidth associated with them. So it's really helping our customers understand what the technologies enable and what their products actually need inside of that.
Yeah, power consumption is one of the very, very important aspect in implantable devices and medical, even external medical devices.
And equally,
especially in continuously monitoring devices.
Absolutely, and so a lot of times our customers are coming to us with the notion that they want to take relatively dumb devices and make them smart. Most surgical instruments that you use today are dumb devices. They do exactly what the physician tells them with almost no feedback associated with it. So part of what we're helping them develop is how do you incorporate sensors into that, so one, you get a better understanding of the clinical utility of the product, but also whether or not you've deployed it effectively inside of those pieces. So bringing the intelligence to it. I think the other thing is just a pure engineer when you dive into it. You can start to replace mechanical systems with electromechanical ones, which actually allow your tolerances to get much easier, which actually lowers your cost and improves the quality of the product simultaneously. So we're kind of excited about how technologies in other industries are really starting to impact the healthcare environment today.